Alright, let's get started, boys. Let me get some music turned down. Morning, morning, morning. I got some crap behind me over there. Oops. Girlfriend's bags and such. Anyway, let's get started. We can see that we're coming up and testing the previous day's point of control here. So this is honestly kind of where it's gonna help determine where I'm gonna be looking for on the session, most likely. If we're gonna break above this and then look for a long above previous day's value area high, we're obviously already above the overnight value area high. CVD is confirming. Let's draw my current session from 9:30. Get that in there. Why does this feel like it's such a small profile? I mean, it is only 15 minutes, that'll be why. We'll take it off for now. It's not like I don't need it for another 15 minutes anyway, so we'll let it double in the amount of candles. I really honestly wanted to see it come lower today, just because I have more levels down there. Not really, literally, nothing actual like bias based. Just purely on the fact that I don't have many levels up here apart from previous week's levels. Previous week's value area high works. I just need like a nice setup to form there. I've changed my previous week colours to green because I think they were yellow before, and my overnight levels are orange, and that was just clashing a bit too much with me when they were like, they'd look like the same levels to me almost. So yeah, I made the previous week's levels green so they stand out a bit more. We did in the overnight session, we did go just beyond previous day's value area high like we are now, I believe. I mean, just slowly. Oh, actually, I can nudge this down a bit. There we go. Yeah, we did pop just above. What was it? Previous day's value area high here. Yeah, just before London, before that big meltdown during London. Why is that popped back up again? Go back down. Don't know why it's just done that. Oh, let me get my depth of market thing on. Actually, I forgot that that wasn't there. I need to try and start ignoring the orders that are like right next to price, because these ones are just constantly gonna be, this is like the spread. I'm pretty sure it's not the actual like orders resting. I mean, there obviously is a lot of orders there, but it's more orders like this that are a bit further away. You can see there's some orders at the previous week's value area high. They're the ones that I need to be paying more attention to, I believe, with this depth of market. And like down here we have big block of orders at the overnight point of control. So I need to look a little bit more long term, I think, with the depth of market indicator. Not so much the levels that are like directly next to price, because they fluctuate more. We can see that those orders at previous week's value area high actually have got taken. That's another thing, like keeping aware of what's happening at the order levels that I'm aware of. You retracted that message too. What's going on with you, guy? Deleting all you morning. There we go. Did you just delete a message because you misspelled morning? You missed the G off the end. I saw that. Don't think I didn't see that. Thick thumbs. Think thumbs. Thick thumbs. Let's get that profile back on now. It's been another 5 minutes. Hopefully it's not as squashed on the chart now. Yeah, it looks a bit better. I just have to pull it that way a little. So you can already see there's a nice block of volume on the previous day's value area high. So that is already, what's our average true range today? 3.1, so we want to go for about a 5-point risk to reward, but if we can get the value area high of the current session to pop a bit higher, I wouldn't mind taking, what that look like, something like that. And then alternatively, if we pop higher above previous week's value area high, then I'm gonna have to just do the same thing but up there. Lots and lots of orders down here, interestingly, in like the 45s. Where overnight point of control and previous day's value area low is. I'm not very happy about this node, like where it is. It's like above the value area, which isn't great. I need to mess around with my pen because I don't like that it puts the the like levels. I'm not sort of not what I'm using it for. We can see deltas just pumping on the right account, aren't I? Yeah. Can I make the value? You know what? I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna try and make these a bit thicker. See if that helps with the kind of like viewy problem I have with them. That does help a bit, to be fair. Let's do it a bit more. Let's make it like 3. Yeah, that helps a lot actually with my eyes. Where's the? We'll do the same to the point of control. Make that a 3. Yeah, that's much easier on my eyes. I'm not going to take this trade just yet because I want to wait until 10. And I think I might miss it because of that. We'll see. 10 AM is my start time for when I'm greenlit to trade. Do you know what I might do actually? Is this a good idea? If I were to put the depth of market on this chart on the side, put it on the right side of that chart. Yeah, see, I don't mind that. I actually think I prefer that. Having the depth of market there. It's a bit more zoomed in as well, which is good. Yeah, I really don't mind that at all, because I can still see, I can still compare it to the C. Yeah, that is 100% the way I'm going to set it up from now on. Diego, good morning. Morning. Welcome. Yeah, that depth of market new, that's the new setup there, right there, boys. Because I don't need that much price action showing on. I just want it to be like, because it's just too much on this, where it was on my left side, it's just too much. I really do like it there. Because then it's like, I feel like if it's here, I'm just staring at it all the time if it's on the left, whereas I want to be, this is like the volume profile strictly chart, and then I have my add-ons on there. I have my delta, I have the DOM, I have the depth of market, and then the CVD. I like that. Like that a lot. Well done, Brad. Do you know what I'm going to do as well? I will nudge my screen a bit to the right here. Let's go like... Oh, where do I put it? Oh, I'm going to nudge it all the way. So it's like that. I think it's better that you boys can see those prices probably. Yeah. That looks way more in depth too, to be honest. That would let me put it back on the left of this chart. Study, depth of market. Yeah, these ones just because I don't know why this one just looks so much less information. I don't know. I really don't know why. Maybe it's because this one's more compact. Maybe yeah, that would probably make sense actually. It's the same data. It's just this one's got it more. Squashed it more. Yeah, me too, Diego. Me too. Not sure I would have. I'm not sure what setups you're talking about though. I've not really seen many. At least I did see one in London. I peeked at London for like literally half an hour and saw it really clean. Let's go back and find it. I don't really pay attention to anything that really forms straight off the open, just because like I'm never going to take it. But look how clean during London this break and retest of the previous day's value area low was. Like that is so beautiful to the tick thing. Let's look at the high of this candle. Yeah, to the tick. Break and retest of the previous day's value area low. I have no idea what the profile. I can't remember what the profile looked like when that did happen, but very, very nice. Join the New York session, C rank now. Previous week's very high feed for me right after the open. Ah, okay, got you. Yeah, I don't really fuck about with the C rank setups. B's and A's for me. I try and stay clear of C ranks. One because I get enough trades as is with the like just B's and A's. I'll get like 1 to 2 a session on average, I would say. And yeah, C ranks. I feel like having the C rank trades, one, taxes your psychological side more because you're getting more signals to take a trade, so you're more likely to overtrade and all shit like that, FOMO into stuff. But also, like, obviously, yeah, it's just they're less likely to pan out. So we're not getting a confirmation here at this high, which I just realized. Slight bit of exhaustion on the delta. It's confirmed it now, but it didn't. It took a while. We have some orders resting like 74, 75. I need this to be like, oh god, did that just do what I think it did? Yeah, that'll do. Just pull you down a bit more. No, me neither, B&A only, yeah, nice. 1 to 2 trades, or yeah, exactly. 1 to 1 RR, a more than 50% win rate report. Yeah, literally, exactly. And then I'll throw my stop loss like here. Five-point stop. Just want to see this value area high come up a bit higher, and that's me. It's also only just about to be 10 AM, so literally stalking a trade so I can get in like the second I'm allowed to. Not really much to see from the DOM there, to be honest. Apart from all these orders sitting up here, but I'm nowhere near, like I'm targeting like down here, so it's fine. I'm literally targeting where price is now. Yeah. For sure, Diego, for sure. I need 6? Really? Ooh. We're going heavy on the contracts today. This is probably going to tick up any second now. To the... I just want to see that value area high. Literally, it needs to move like 1 more bit closer, and then I'm going in with my limit. Yeah, that's enough for me. Where's my entry? 6425. Can I do 6? No, I can't, so I'm gonna have to do it this way. Bang, bang, 6. What was it? 6. 6425, wasn't it? 69. 64.25. Limit. Buy. There we go. And then a stop at 5.9. It's my first trade that I will have taken using this. Like, I don't normally use that, this order window on the side because I wasn't aware that it existed. So it still freaks me out. I'm scared that I'm gonna like accidentally mark it in, basically. But as long as I press the right buttons, I'm all good. It's just handy that so I don't have to do like 3 and then 3 limit buys in the same price, because that's just a pain. But yeah, this is where I'm getting in or I'm not getting in. If this just pumps, if this just, well, it's not exactly pumping. It's more just like a slow drag, but. I need it to retrace to there, and that's honestly ideal right now. Current session value area high, previous week's value area high. ATR is still about 3.2, so we're good on that. Not really much to read from the delta here, to be honest. And the DOM as well, unless we see like a real big order come like somewhere in here, then that'd be great, but I'm not gonna like care too much. This is kind of purely a volume profile trade, really, not really leaning on anything else. This is on my 50 or 150, right? Yeah, just needed to check. The other thing though that's going to be annoying is if we push too high before retracing, because then obviously the value area high is going to be like up here, which isn't really what I want. I want it to come back down like soon so I can get the value area high of the current session overlap with the previous week's value area high. I need to move this like all the way over. Do you know what I was debating whether I make this font potentially getting filled here, hopefully. Hopefully this is the start of the pop back down. What's my target? 9.25. Okay, get ready to drag that. It's still like 5-6 points away from me though, so I'm just hoping that this is the start of the move back down. If it just turns and keeps going higher, then so be it. Okay, that is going to cancel me out of that. Shift of the POC. I ain't taking that bitch no more. I should have spotted that. I didn't realize that node was getting so big. Because if this fails at this newfound POC now, then I want nothing to do with that long. Also, obviously, value area high is just not there at all, so I have nothing. Like, that would be a C rank. Because there isn't really much of a. There's like a few small nodes, but I'm not like a real big fat node, which is like what I would want. Let me see if I can change my. I don't want my drawing to do this. Let me go on the settings and fix that now whilst I can. Options. Use visibility in pan. I don't want you to show. Huh, there's no option to turn that off. Great. I can make it fatter at least. Let's do that. Weird how there's no option to get rid of the numbers. Show fill color. What does that do? Oh god, no, I don't want that. Weird how there's no use visibility settings above. Use visible on current bar size. Yeah, that's just that. Show info. Like how does it not show the info? I don't know. That's annoying. I wonder if there's something else that I can use instead of that, because I don't like that. I want to be able to draw in peace. Let me see if I can go on. God, this is like, I have to go into all the back side of it now. I can't remember where it is. Where is it? Configure. Instruments? Nope. Settings? It's going to be configure settings, isn't it? Yeah. And then I want toolbar. You guys can't see this, which is good. because I'm just fucking about in the back end of Motive Wave right now, trying to find a different tool to use instead of the pen, because the pen pisses me off. Is it like a highlighter or I don't know? Let's have a look. There's a highlighter. I don't know if that's gonna be what I want though, because that's just gonna, yeah, I don't want that. Is there anything else? I'm stuck with the pen. I think I'm stuck with the pen. Yep. Well, balls. Crazy, my profile on NinjaTrader still looks very different than yours in terms of levels. Really? I thought NinjaTrader used the contracts. Does it not? Does it use tick? Does NinjaTrader's work like trading views where it uses tick data? Or yeah, tick volume. Motive Wave uses tick data. So the volume profile that you can see on my chart is based off of the actual contracts coming into the market, which is the most reliable thing that you can base them off of. Obviously, TradingView bases it off of tick volume, which it does use tick data. Yeah, so NinjaTrader does use the contracts coming in. Why do they look different then? That's weird. I'm redrawing mine. As far as I know. Let me check. I'm gonna go on Google. Does Ninja I've asked ChatGPT. Anytime I say I'm Googling something, what I actually mean is I'm asking ChatGPT. Because I thought NinjaTrader did as well, that's why I got confused. That mine, that you said ours looked different. I've never used NinjaTrader, so it's not really something that works well with Mac, although you can make it work. Here you go, let's see what ChatGPT spat out, so it can maybe help us. POC is up at 6971. Yeah, that's where mine is. Value area high 74, then 51 value area. Yeah, that's where mine are. Looking like yours. So, okay. Interesting. Are you using a tick profile or are you using a volume profile on NinjaTrader? Because that says that obviously a tick profile will count the actual ticks, whereas volume profile should count. Yeah, okay, you want to be using a volume profile, Diego. A tick profile, that one is going to work exactly like TradingViews, where it's counting the number of ticks, not the actual contracts coming in. like my one a motive wave here is. And obviously, if you can count the contracts traded rather than the amount of ticks, then you should, because while the ticks is a good one to go off, the actual contracts is better. They are pretty similar most of the time though. My ideal play would be a pullback all the way to current session value area low. Yeah, that'd be great if we could get that. Right now, just stalling around this POC. Just checking. Yeah, motive waves volume profile uses tick data explicitly. It's alright, don't worry. I didn't take offense because you put right in capitals. I assumed that in my head I read that as like, right. How do you draw the volume profile motive wave? Pretty easily. You just gotta go. I can't show you on my chart, just because you won't be able to see the buttons that I'm going up to. But if you basically go on a Mac, when I'm on motive wave, I have options at like the top. How can I explain this? They're not on motive wave, but like when you take your mouse to the top of the screen on a Mac, you'll get all like the file, edit, view stuff on there. When you have motive wave open, there'll be one called configure, and then from there you go to settings, and actually no, don't do that. Scrap that. That's how you get it on the toolbar for like ease. But just to get it on there, if you go study, oh actually that's not the volume profile I thought it was. Yeah, no, that's a different type of volume profile. To get the fixed range one, you need the tool. So I'm gonna do a video on all of this. Don't worry. It's literally my. I recorded a video today, which I've basically edited and uploaded, which is just me talking about the funding ticks and my thoughts on all their changes. But the next video that I do is going to be how I set up motive wave, like everything. I'll record my actual screen instead of just a window. But it is easy. I just annoying because I can't show you my screen. But if you are able to like listen along and do it at the same time, you want to go up to the top options at the top of your screen, go to configure, settings, and then it's going to open like a big fat thing with like loads of different customizational things on there. You want to go to toolbar, choose toolbar. You can choose like top or top two. That'll put it at like the top of your chart. And then you want to scroll through all of the options that it has on the available actions, find volume profile on there, drag it across to your actual toolbar actions, and then you'll be able to have it on the top of your screen, so I can just like click and I can drag and draw a new volume profile if I want to. Sorry if that didn't really help. Like I say, I will have the video out. I'll try and get the video out. What day is it today? Tuesday? I'll get the video out by Friday. I'm going to post that video that I've basically got finished like in the afternoon, New York time today. Try and get it done by 6 p.m. New York time. And then after that video is out, I'll get working on the actual motive wave setup video. Why is this drawing a line? Did I do that, or is... Yeah, I did do that. I just couldn't fucking delete it for some reason. I'll wait for the video. Yeah, no worries. Sorry that I couldn't explain it on stream. It's like I said, I can't show my screen. I'm not recording my screen. I'm recording like a window. Also, my depth of market has all of a sudden gone like to thick bars instead of what... Oh shit. Instead of what it was before. Is that because I think that's just because I made it more compact? I don't know. Less orders in the market, maybe. I don't, Diego, no. I just wait until 10, full stop. I did in the beginning do that, but it's just, I'd rather just wait for a 30, like keep it nice and simple. Don't be like, obviously this is just my, like this is just a random dude's advice. Don't take this as gospel. But yeah, I just wait until the 30-minute mark personally, just because I don't want to overcomplicate things. But if I were to take trades in the first 30 minutes, I would do it where, yeah, me too. I really like that's why I lean on the current session profile a lot for my trades. But yeah, if I was going to trade in the first 30 minutes, it would have to be like stacked value levels, basically. It'd have to be like a good set. Like it would have to include like at least one value area low or high. I wouldn't personally take a trade off of two, like where that previous, if it was just that previous day's point of control and previous week's point of control, if I was purely trading off of them, I'm like probably less likely to take that. Whereas if that was like a previous day's value area high and an overnight value area low, then I'd be way more likely to take it, just because obviously, you know, the nature of points of controls and value area highs and lows. Patience is really key with the volume profile setups. We must wait for the price to come to us and all things to align. Honestly, I find it so much easier because I came from an ICT strategy that I was trading before volume profile, where I was waiting much longer for setups to form, much longer. So yeah, the patience of volume profile really, like, it isn't even a thing for me. I can happily sit here and watch price and not take a trade all day. I feel no pressure to. And it's very easy to argue. It's very easy to say whether there is or isn't a trade with volume profile. Like it's either trading at your levels, especially when you break it down to something simple. It's very easy to argue whether a trade is or isn't there. Like right now, we are nowhere near like value. We're about 10 points away from the nearest value level, and that value level doesn't have much of a node over it. So really, I don't have a trade until we get back down into the 50s, the mid 50s. So I can literally just sit here and talk to you guys. I'm not feeling any pressure whatsoever. Great skill to have, yeah. Well, I mean, it wasn't fun to get, but yeah. I've always kind of been patient when it comes to trading. I would say. I've never been the one that's like trying to jump around and like trying to. Just realised, has music been playing or is it paused? I don't know whether. I think it was paused that whole fucking time. I do apologise. It's because I clicked onto ChatGPT. Yeah, me too, Diego. If it got reinforced, but we'd need to get down there, get building up some volume. Yeah, a lot of people do see the same things. I'm a bit more like, sometimes I'm not seeing the same things because my volume profile is obviously slightly different. Like I've got into the school thing, and like some days people have taken like completely different trades to me because our levels were completely different, but most days obviously that's not the case. What a boring session. People posting trades, they're not even cami trades. So I'm focusing on people who post trades more aligned with cami features. Yeah, for sure. That's definitely the way to go. I'd say I trade pretty closely aligned. I throw a few things in, like the CVD. Cami does use the CVD, but from what I can tell, he hasn't obviously talked much about it unless he has more recently about how he specifically how he uses it. We'll probably have to wait to see in the course that he'll do. But I think the way that I use it works a bit differently because from what I can tell, Cammy's just looking at a number, whereas I'm looking at like the individual highs and lows. I had CBD too. Yeah, I think CBD is a great tool. From what I've been using it for so far. And this depth of market thing, that's also something, I'm kind of just having fun with, to be honest. It's not strict, like, rule or anything like that. It's just nice to see, you know. It's nice to see where the big orders are resting. Pretty similar to like a book map, heat map, I guess. You can get a heat map on Motivewave. I just can't remember how to set it up. Let's try. Let's try and make a heat map chart. Heat map. They also look pretty messy from what I can tell. So how do I do this? I'm learning on the job right now. Chart. It would be a chart. I think I can. Can I not do like no bars? Can I just do this and then I'm pretty sure I can just no bars. And then if I add a study, oh god, it's gonna be volume based surely, right? Order heat map. Let's just whack it on the defaults. Let's see what the fuck's going on there. Hello? I mean, that is where price is actually, isn't it? That's going to be where price is. Up there. 76. Yeah, that's where price is. For some reason, it's just not letting me up there. If I do this, then it will. There we go. But yeah, I couldn't tell you what I'm looking at. Oh, that helps actually. If I do that, I can get rid of some of the noise. Let's make it like 70%. Let's go with 70. Max size filter. Well, that's surely I want that at 100, right? But for some reason, okay, I'm just gonna keep that where it was. Was it at 80? I think it was. Ah, there we go. So now it's showing all of it. So there you go, until you set a heat map up. There's probably a way better way to do this, but... You could do with, you know what you could do with? Just like a line chart or something. Where am I? Bars. Just make this a line chart. And you can see where ES actually is. I need to make that way fat a line though. If possible. Don't think I can. Trying to keep things as clean as possible. I come from a lots of indicators chart background. Right, yeah, that makes sense then. You're traumatized from having plastered indicators everywhere. Makes sense. The only downside, this definitely isn't as clean as Bookmap. Like, this is just a bit ugly, to be honest, but you get the idea. I'm just gonna delete it because I reckon there's a faster way or a better way to do that. Shocker, price didn't move the whole time. Ah. I think yeah, it's up there. Because you need the global plus package. I did use bookmap, but like I wasn't even using volume profile when I was using bookmap. At least not the way that Cami now uses it. I think I might have been using, I can't remember to tell you the truth. I think I was trying to like use the DOM. Something like that. But yes, coming soon. Start a new channel or something called Outer Circle Trader. I didn't realise, but we got a hell of a lot of exhaustion there, so maybe hopefully we are soon approaching a shift back down. Because look at this high that got broke, look how low the CVD was from there. It was literally like 1,000 points away. Or whatever. I don't actually know what this number is, like, represents. Like the 5,300. That's a good question for ChatGPT. Or Google. On motive wave, what does on the y-axis the CVD represent? Tell me, teach me things, ChatGPT. Teach me things. Fucking hell, that was off on one. Delta's just going crazy. We're getting absorption at the lows, but exhaustion at the highs. So, to me, that just says stay the fuck out. The number on the y-axis represents the cumulative net difference between aggressive buying and selling. Yeah, but like 300. So, y-axis might show a value like +5. That means how much more aggressive buying than selling has occurred so far in contracts. What, so at the moment 4,500 more contracts? That doesn't really make sense to me. The CVD value of +10,000 equals 10,000 more contracts lifted the offer than hit the bid since the start point. Okay. I kind of get it. So since the regular trading hours started, 4,500 more buyers lifted the bid or some shit like that. That DOM is becoming a little bit too much. What a wonderful day. Look how much the CVD is dumping though here. It's exhaustion though because we haven't broken that low yet. It's short-term exhaustion. If we break the low, obviously I think we will here. Hopefully. I don't think we will, I hope. But I'm still not interested in that previous week's value area high long, at least until we build up some volume. I'm cutting my session short at 11 just for this first week. First full week back, I'm just going to chop that extra half an hour at the end off just because this first week volume's still building back up in the markets in general, so may do the same next week as well. I still watch it for that last half an hour from 11 till 11:30. My normal session is 10 till 11:30 as far as like the window that I'm able to enter trades. But we'll see when I start doing that. I don't like to keep these streams like as longer than they need to be. 10-20 minutes in just because we start consolidating. Something's gotta give. That long from the previous day's value area high looks juicy now. Current session value area low. Not much of a node, but purely just basing it on the value levels. Do we have any orders down there? Just as a little added bonus down here. We have some. Just above and just below. But yeah, not much of a node. But long from down here, current session value area low, previous day value area high. There's no node, but just purely these two value levels. What was yesterday a premium has now become a discount of the current regular trading hour session. Nothing really other than that. No volume built up there. There is some orders resting around there in the DOM, but there's nothing to say that they'll still be there once we drop fucking 13, 15 points. But it's an idea. It's the first level of interest for me, and it would look something like this. Something like that. How many points is that? I can just measure it, can't I? 6.5. Six and a half points. Do you know what I wish I could do? Can I? I can't edit this. It annoys me how it tells me that in like full-on decimals rather than just moving it in ticks. Always pisses me off when stuff does that. 6.5 points. I don't need to be that big of a stop today, really, do I? It's just I don't want to. Like I could go for that, just 4 points, and then go for 7 or 60.25. If volume develops around previous weeks, yeah, that hasn't happened yet though. When that does, yeah, that will definitely be another area of interest. See if it retests the POC here. You know what? That is honestly probably also kind of just reminded me. That is honestly probably one of the main differences I've noticed as far as like something with Motive Wave, like where you get the raw tick data, the contracts being traded to calculate the profile, as opposed to like TradingView, if you're using the tick volume, the amount of ticks. The previous session levels do deviate, sometimes, most of the time just by a minor amount, but like probably I'd say 2 times out of 10. Depends on which levels you're talking about, because the previous weeks seem to deviate more than like the previous days or the overnights. But the current session profile, from what I can tell, seems to update faster as far as like POC shifts and stuff. And in general, the POC can be like very different My previous day. Oh, your previous days is very different than the previous day on TradingView. That's weird. Are you talking about when you're using, yeah, for yesterday's session, but are you talking about your NinjaTrader 1 now that you've used volume profile on NinjaTrader? Or is that still using the tick profile? Because that is very confusing. Because if you're using the tick on TradingView today, I've just done it on MotiveWave. What is your previous day's point of control, Diego? Mine is 52.75. Can you see it on the stream when I click that? No, you can't. You can't see the menu that pops up when I double click. You can just see the highlighting of the thing. NinjaTrader has tick and minute profile. I believe the tick is the most accurate and the resolution is not. Right, okay. But what is the tick profile? You're saying that you've used the tick profile, but it's still different to TradingView's levels. That's what's confusing me. Because from my understanding, they should be calculating the data based off the same thing. Like, they should both be counting the amount of ticks that have like the same as TradingView. Previous day's point of control is 6945 using tick and 5250 using minute. Well, your minute one is literally within a tick of my one. So I would be personally leaning towards the minute one, as far as I can tell. I'll check what my TradingView one is. That's always a battle, so I stop worrying about it, because even if we use the same platform, values sometimes may differ. Yeah, that's true. But they shouldn't differ too much, though. Like, if it's calculating it the same way, it's the same data at the end of the day. It should be, at least. It's not like different platforms get different sets of data. Like, the amount of ticks that it's moving is the same, and if it's counting ticks, and the amount of contracts being traded is the same if it's counting contracts. A little bit of exhaustion at the low. Oh wait, no, never mind. Ignore me. I agree. It should not. Yeah, weird. My previous week's value area high is 6965, and price is developing around it. Yeah, that's pretty close to mine. Mine's 64.25. So that one's only like a point and a half from what my previous week's value area high is. I'm just curious how yours is calculating that. Whether it's counting the ticks or contracts or something. I don't know what else it could be counting, but I want to know how the minute. Let me guess ChatGPT. See if it can shine some light once again. Although, obviously, ChatGPT shouldn't be trusted for everything. How does the tick profile differ from the... I'll have to research later on NinjaTrader. Yeah. That'll be the more reliable source. I try to... I get an idea from chat, at least, right now. Minute profile. Did you not say that you have an option for a volume profile on NinjaTrader before? You said that you have a tick profile and a volume profile. No? Or am I remembering wrong? Oh, so the minute profile is time profile. Yeah, so we don't want that. Still like a TPO chart. Oh, you need to change the setting when you draw the profile. Okay. So what have you got that setting to now? Is it still using ticks, or is it using volume now? I use tick, which in my mind is the most accurate. Well, yeah, current session is shifting up, yeah, but not soon enough. I honestly am probably going to prefer a short here. If we can build volume up at the previous week's value very high and then break it, I'm going to prefer a break and retest, personally. Yeah, do some asking if you don't mind in the Ninja Trader community. I'd be curious to hear, because I'm very confused in with the current situation. Because as far as I can tell, your profile is calculating it the same way that TradingView does, but then you're saying you get different levels to TradingView. That's what's confused me. And you've got different levels to me as well, and I'm. That's the other thing that confused me. You've not got the same levels as me or TradingView, but then of course you did say that obviously individual platforms will differ. Much appreciated, Diego. Oh, it did actually get a little bounce from the previous week's value very high there. Interesting. Okay. I might have answered. I was just asked chat a different question. I asked it why the platform levels can differ because I'm curious. God damn it! I thought I fixed this. My fucking. Give me a second here. I thought I fixed that, but now it's just broke again. Balls. My monitor's froze. Oh, that's so annoying. Stream might look weird for just a split second. Just bear with me. Oh, I was so certain that I'd fixed that. That's so annoying. It better not start doing this again now, or I'm really gonna... Oh, it's gonna really piss me off. I don't know why. It didn't do that at all yesterday, and all of a sudden it has again. So annoying. 1 second. Okay, we should be back to normal now. My level is holding 2, current session POC shifting down, yeah. That's making me think shorts. I still want to see a break and retest, personally. What was I going to say? Yeah, so the biggest factor for slightly different levels is the data feed. So even though NinjaTrader that you're using is calculating the data from ticks, the same as TradingView, your NinjaTrader one is obviously got a different data feed, like Rhythmic or CQC, and that differs from TradingView, which is exchange aggregated feeds. So if I was to guess, I'd say that's why. This was exhaustion here though, slight exhaustion at this low. Hell yeah, see you in there. It's not very active. There is like a small group of us in there, Diego. Majority of people in there are ICT traders from my time as an ICT trader, but there's a few ICT traders in there that use volume profile stuff alongside ICT, but everyone's very welcoming nonetheless. Mr. Knox is always active in there, bless his heart. No worries, Professor Mac. Glad you could make it. You've not missed much exciting stuff, so don't worry. Doesn't have to be so active, it just can't be distracting or non-constructive. Yeah, I'd say that's pretty much what ours is. Or what ours isn't. Fun fact, Diego, the Discord that Cami had in the past, he actually mentioned it on stream today. His Discord that he used to have for ICT traders is actually that Discord that I now have. He gave me ownership when he left to be a volume profiler, and then instead of ditching it for like when I made my switch from ICT to volume profile, I've just kind of tried to mix them. But yeah, fun fact. That's why it's called Price Action Purists, because that's what Cammy named it in his ICT era. I never changed the name or the picture of the Discord. So we can see the price is trying to come lower here, but the CVD isn't really reflecting it. It's exhaustion at the lows. See, we're breaking. Okay, never mind. We are going down, down, down. For just broke through there. Nice little explosive break of the previous week's value area high. I have to decide here if I want to trade the current session POC with the previous week's value area high. I very may do that. Even though I rarely do trade the current session POC. In this case, I very may well, just because it's such a nice trade idea. Okay, I don't know if I'm going to get the chance though. Jesus. I'll go ahead and throw my order in there. At, what's that? 64.25, but... Seven contracts. Limit sell at 64.25. And then buy at 6850. Can I just spam this? Oh yeah, I can. 6850.
Order filled.
Oh shit! Fuck! Oh my god, see that's the issue with this stuff. Need to press stop market. Dumbass. That should work now, right? So I just need to move it up to 6850. Oh, such an idiot. Let me put the limit back there at 6425 first. Limit sell at 6425. Yes. Then stop. How much did I lose there? I must have lost like $30. Ah, 20. Okay. Not great, but I just still need to get used to it. I'm gonna have to write on my fucking monitor or something and say like, I'll get used to it. I just need to use it more. It's just making sure that I'm using a stop market for a stop loss, obviously, but then it feels backwards because I'm like, stop market, buy, and then, ugh, stresses me out, man. Stresses me out. Still happy to get filled here, if I can. Just needs to pop back up, but it's in a melting sort of mood, from the looks of it, so. Not going to be taking a long off any of those levels down there. I'm going to wait for a break and retest of just any level I can get my hands on really here. It's either going to be where my current one is, or it's going to be like down here, break and retest of the overnight value area high, which would look something like that. Yeah, I wouldn't be trying to catch this just because of how aggressive it looks. You can try and catch it, but yeah, not what something I'm going to be trying to do. I'm trying to join it. So we're getting a little bouncer here from the previous day's value area high. There was no real node. There was a current session value area low just above it, but I like where my trade is sitting. I'm gonna move this all the way across like here. I don't like having it like where it is. Right at the 11-hour mark here, so I may push my time to 11:30 today, just because it seems like it's come alive. But my cutoff point is strictly 11:30. It's kind of discretionary this week. If it's dying off by 11, I'll end the stream and kind of watch, but not really have much expectation for the later half an hour. But this seems to have come alive in this last little bit here, so. I have a sell at 6965. Yeah, that's about where mine is. One contract, 20 ticks, 1-to-1. Yeah, nice. Let's see if it gets filled. Maybe it'll tap previous day's value area high and then come fill us. Ideally. Or like I said, my alternative is this. Short from down here if that happens. But I'm going to be like a one trade and done on this account for today, just because I had that little fuck up. I mean, actually, this would be a one trade and done account anyway, just because of what account it is. But all my other ones, I'm allowed 2 trades a day. The other 4 accounts I have. I have 5 funded accounts with Top Step. Don't hold it against me. I don't want them. I want to be moving on to Lucid or Alpha Futures, which is the firm that honestly, I think I'd be moving to Alpha Futures personally now, but Lucid is still absolutely a top firm. Alpha Futures, they're like the firm that I'm going to be replacing funding ticks with. As far as recommendations, because I never used funding ticks, but I was very happily promoted them just because I liked what I saw. But and I had got these 5, like I fell victim to that halfway through last year. I was trading my funded accounts and then I got caught up trying to try out other firms just so I could say that I'd used them to then promote them. But in doing so, I ended up putting more time into trading random evals than trading my actual funded accounts. So I've just kind of said, you know what? I'll do my research on the firm. I'll do all that stuff that I would normally do. Just don't expect me to have traded with them as of now, because I simply just am not in the space in my trade. I'm not at the point in my trading where I want to be going and trying all these different firms. But I would also in the same way, if I wasn't funded with Top Step, I wouldn't be trading with Top Step because I don't like how they've changed over the years, like Cami has. But also like Cami, or not the same as Cami, I am not a person that likes intraday. Cami doesn't mind it. I've never been behind it intraday ever. So Take Profit Trader, Apex, yeah, I'm not there for them. Nothing against them other than intraday draw. I just despise intraday trailing drawdown because it's so difficult for no real benefit. I'd rather go to a different firm that's end of day. I'm keeping my Apex funded accounts. Once I get consistent payouts, I'll expand slow and steady. I don't like intraday. Why are you trading with Apex then, Diego? Or are you not actively trying to get more accounts with Apex? You're just using the funded ones that you've got. That would make more sense. But if you don't like intraday, Apex is the worst firm for you to be with if you don't like intraday. TPT isn't too bad, but it's still obviously like TPT. I don't like. I like them more than Apex, obviously, but they're just a little sly in the fact. Nothing like about the firm. They're just sly with their rules. How, correct me if I'm wrong, but Take Profit Trader, I haven't done too much looking into it just because I know intraday is involved. But from my understanding, the eval stage is end of day. And then once you're funded, you have intraday until you build a buffer. So yeah, I don't like that. Especially if you have to pay the activation fee. I know sometimes you don't have to pay the activation fee if you time it right and get the right offer or whatever. But yeah, if you have to pay an activation fee, that's a bad deal because you're passing the account with rules that are nothing like the funded account. Obviously, a lot of firms, they are different rules, but never different types of drawdown. That is like the biggest extreme. I started with them first and kept the account. Oh, I'll put them on hold after. Yeah, good call. Good call. Yeah, it does suck. It does suck for sure. Honestly, wait for my video on Alpha Futures. I mean, Lucid are a great option for end of day accounts, and they're cheap. But I'm basically gonna do a video on Alpha Futures in about 2 weeks or so once I get around to doing it. Got a few other videos I want to get out of the way first, but if it were me coming into the space now with my opinions, my thoughts, all that shite, then I would be leaning towards Lucid if I wanted a cheap, relatively cheap, no stress, because like you can pass it and as long as it takes and it's not going to cost you more approach. But then if I had a little bit extra money, I would be going for, it's not even that much extra to be honest than Lucid. It's just that you have to pay it every month obviously. So if you're trading a bit slower, then you're gonna rack up a couple monthly bills. But other than that, it's not that much more expensive than a Lucid account. But the main benefit of Alpha Futures, which I've found, is that they are the only firm that I have seen, at least that are big and reputable and have a lot of solid reviews behind them, that don't penalize you for taking an early payout. You don't need a buffer once you're funded with Alpha Futures, but like Lucid, where if you take an early payout, even though Lucid don't require a buffer, if you do take an early payout, they will still move your max loss limit to 0. Actually, they'll move it to plus 100, I think, actually, on Lucid. Alpha won't do that at all. They'll keep it wherever it was before the payout, which is great because that means you can take early payouts as small as like $200 and you're not gonna like completely guillotine your account. So yeah, that's the main thing I really like about them. I think that's their main selling point, to be honest. It's just a shame that they have a thing called they have a zero account, an advanced account, and a standard account. And the standard account is the one that I would avoid just because it's got an undesirable profit split, among other things, I think. But the main thing was the profit split for me. it was like a 70% profit split for the first 2 payouts, then 80% for the 3 and 4, and then 90% for 5 and 6, which obviously I don't want to have to be paying 70%. That was my whole thing with funding ticks, which I did the video on today, which I'll post later, is the 80% profit split, which used to be 90%. So, like, obviously 70% is even worse. Like, that's how much money you're getting paid at the end of the day, so it matters. 90-10 is ideal. That's the best deal you're going to get. Not just good. 70-30 is tough. Yeah, I agree. That's why the standard account with Alpha, I will not recommend him, but their other accounts are 90% profit splits. Their zero account and I could have taken that short. I just realised. I could have taken that short from previous days value area high. I was too busy fucking waffling. That was a clean short. Oh, balls. Oopsie. Yeah, exactly, Diego, exactly. Oh, that was a really clean short. Fucking too busy waffling to take it. I've cancelled my limit order up there, but yeah, I should have been in that. Oh, I should have been in that short. Silly, silly me. Hopefully I'll get this overnight value area low down here. Or overnight value area high, sorry. Break and retest. Hopefully. That was a clean previous day. It's not your fault, don't worry. It's my own. Should have been paying attention. Hopefully I should get this break and retest of this value area high. Even though the value area low isn't there, it's arguably got a nicer node, especially once we move through it. If we get some added volume here, if we get a break and retest of that, we'll see. Delta's going pretty flat though, so I need to see Delta break like price is doing, really. That was so funny. I literally saw it. I saw the trade like there, right, and I saw it reject it, and I was like, oh, fuck, I should have been in that. Oopsie. Come on. Keep coming down. Don't piss me off. You know what? You know what I will do? I'm gonna put another limit order up there, just in case it does come and tag that. I want to be filled either way. So 6. Limit order 6 at what's that? 5625. Quick. 5625, sell 6, limit, yep. And then stop 6, buy at 6125. Yep, happy with that. So maybe we get another retest, or maybe it breaks and goes for the overnight value area high play. Either way, I want to be in. My target on this one is 51.25. Looks like this might get filled. So let's just hope that it plays out a second time. Absorption on the delta, which is good. Good sign going into the trade. Just needed to get filled. Let's move this all the way over here so it's not in the way. Very happy with that trade. Node, value area high.
Order filled.
From the previous day, value area low. What's my target here? 5125. What an epic trade. One short and NQ. One short and NQ from 25.76 to... Sorry, I need to read that in depth. 7.5. Oh my god, wow. Over 100-point trade in NQ. Nicely done, Professor Mac. Nicely done. Let's delete this trade because I'm not going to be entering that. We are in this one. And then when this closes, either stop loss or take profit. That is me done. Still getting some absorption. You can see on the delta down here. Let's try and get this. I can't really get it to work because it's so low. You can see this high here, which is this high above on price. You can see that the delta is above it, price is not, which indicates absorption. There we go. You can see that high there and relative in price, and then you can see the delta. I just have to zoom in a lot. Dancing around the entry right now, just literally dancing up and down from profit to loss. It's going to be a shame if this does stop out, because if I caught it literally, what was that, 3 or 4 minutes earlier, it would have been a win. Wasn't that clean of a break and retest though, to be fair. But definitely arguable for a trade. Obviously, so like if this doesn't play out, it's because it's, well, not, it's not because of it, but you could frame it like it's bounced off the POC. Now it's gonna, like it's tapped fair value. Now it's gonna bounce back up. So that is obviously a thing that could happen, but I'm obviously willing to bet that we might bounce the POC one more time, but I might get smacked. We shall see. Be a tough smack if so, because that'll be 2 losses in 2 days. To be fair though, that trade yesterday wasn't like strictly a setup I should have been in. That was more of me trying to read the delta with the current session profile. Wasn't really much overlapping session stuff going on there. So this is the first like pure volume profile. Like I would be taking this whether I could see the delta or not. And now I crash. See you tomorrow. See you tomorrow, Professor Mac. Nicely done with your trade, sir. Nicely, nicely done. The delta, we're still getting absorption here. So if buyers run out of steam here, then we should be good. Because right now they're trying to push it, but they're failing so far. What's that? Is that back? Yeah, back entry now. Pretty much. Ooh, a little crack in the neck. Oh, I'm getting so hungry. I'm gonna go slam a protein yogurt after this trade. We do actually have some a big order, slightly big order, like just above that high there, so that's nice. Maybe a little bit of added protection. This one is like right on a stop loss, so that one really isn't like gonna do much. But luckily, this bigger one is just above that high. So let's see if that gets filled and can maybe throw in some sells into the mix. Ultimately, our target is literally like before this swing low, so it doesn't even need to break structure per se for me to get my TP. Will be interesting actually to see if the CVD gets up there. If price breaks that high and the CVD doesn't, that's a good sign. Obviously, probably even better would be for neither of them get up there at all. I'm just trying to keep my eye on that depth of market order because I want to see if it gets like filled or not, but I don't really have any way of knowing, I guess, unless I see a lot of unless I see sellers come in and hit the CVD maybe. But yeah, we'll see. Actually, I should see absorption really, shouldn't I? No, I shouldn't, because it's got to break the high, so it's just not going to happen. We saw the absorption from that previous high, but this is literally like danced into. It went up into drawdown, and it's kind of just danced around the entry for the rest of the trade. I'm kind of happy if I see this exhaustion happen, because then hopefully we get a move in my direction then. POC isn't actually far from shifting. Big shift down for the POC, which hopefully will hopefully won't just cause some consolidation. Hopefully it'll cause some momentum. There's a little bounce, little push. More of that, please. More of that. Let's follow through. So the thing about that funding ticks change though, like I said, like this trade has been much longer than a minute. A lot of my trades I think do tend to be more than a minute. It's just you don't want to have to think about it, you know? What button did I just press? I pressed the right one, never mind. Back at the entry. Well, back in drawdown, actually. I'm getting tempted to just tighten this stop a little bit or something. I don't know, just because it's taking a while to play out. Like tighten my stop and my TP by like a couple ticks. Nothing major. I'm going to do that. I'm going to tighten them both by a couple ticks each side, just because this is obviously taking a while to play out, so... And I'm still more than protected enough to be satisfied there. Yeah, it's looking like it's going to take a while, guy. POC's just shifted, so we're either going to get momentum or we're going to get consolidation. Because downwards POC shift. I want to see price hold below that now. But yeah, thank you very much and enjoy your dinner. See you tomorrow, hopefully. Let's watch these orders, see if this can slam price back down. Exhaustion at the highs there, which is good for me. You can see that the aggressive buyers are not behind this. They're getting exhausted by the sellers. So if I can stay alive in this trade, I think it's heading back down now after coming up and testing some of those limit orders. Delta's still pushing strong to the downside. If we can break this low in price, that would be great. Because we get some aggressive sellers coming in now, so I want to see price reflect that. Not just consolidate around this new POC. This looks like we might get stopped here. Literally hanging on by a couple ticks, but I'm kind of expecting this to be stopped now.
Order filled.
Yeah. Oh, well. 2 days, 2 losses. Oh well. I'm gonna go get some food and come back tomorrow. That was an unfortunate one. I was pretty confident in that trade, to be fair. So, no harm done really on that one. I will catch you boys tomorrow. Catch you later.